Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Adulting with Angel. Long time no see, but we're back and we're committed. In today's episode, I wanted to really reflect on life as of late and give my perspective on a couple of things that I feel like will help you in any stage of your life that you are in. I wrote this video prompt on February 11th, 2019, 2 days after my 19th birthday. So that's what we're going off with this. The first thing I want to bring to light is that time doesn't matter. Time is very subjective. Time is to each their own. To preface this, time is money. Time is valuable. Depending on the way that you look at time will impact how you take different decisions and how you kind of go about making your life path. Keeping that in mind, time goes into all of our relationships. So I'm a big person that the quality of your relationship is not defined by the amount of time that you have spent in said relationship. Okay? You don't have to keep someone in your life just because they've been in your life for a long period of time. So, to quote 2019 Angel, how long you know someone should not be a factor for the quality of a relationship. I've had some friends' relationships last for years and have zero quality, and some last for a few months that mean the world to me. I have a very good feeling I'm talking about my boyfriend that I had at the time, who I dated for 3 months and absolutely fell in love with this man. Would have died on that hill. But here we are. Number 2, you do not have to force people to love you. If you're confused, they're not committed, and they don't love you in the way that you want them to appreciate you. I was that girl. I didn't listen to 2019-year-old Angel's advice in 2020, and I begged a man to love me. I begged friends to stay. I begged people to care. Why? But I want you to ask yourself that question when you're in situations where you're fighting for the bare minimum. Is that all you think you deserve? Seriously. You deserve so much more in your life than having to beg people to give you this much, okay? Please, just take my word for it. Number 3, this is a good one. This is one that we know and then we kind of forget it when we get into those situations when we don't want to remember. There are good guys in the world. There are good guys in this world. Every guy you meet or girl you meet is not a quote-unquote toxic, manipulative, narcissistic person. Take it back. There is going to be a person. There's going to be your girl group. There's going to be a group of guy friends that you click with and that work for you. But it's all a perspective thing. Don't face the world thinking, ugh, men are so toxic. I'm never going to find a guy, because that's what you're speaking out loud. That's what you're manifesting into reality. We ruin good things when we associate them with bad things. You can ruin new experiences based on negative things that you've experienced in the past and have associated onto your new partner. So an example of this could be your last boyfriend cheated on you, and now every time your new boyfriend gets a text or a call and he leaves the room, you think, oh, well, he's cheating on me. I can't trust him. I can't. Let it go. Like, give everyone their due diligence. Give everybody their chance, innocent until proven guilty, okay? That's where we're at right now. You attract what you think you deserve. So if you keep going after all these toxic men, you need to reevaluate what you're looking for in a relationship. Moving into the next thing, don't let your past determine your future. The past only repeats itself when we are not educated. History will repeat itself if we're not taught the failures of time before. Learn from your mistakes. Basically, like, haven't you been learning that since you were a little kid? Like, come on now. Another thing 2019 Angel said, which I wish 2020 world would have done, was think for yourself. Think for yourself and learn to think before you speak. I have seen so many blatantly racist or sexist or homophobic posts on social media that I just think to myself, like, okay, 1, I obviously disagree with you, but 2, like, do you have a job? I see so many people reposting things so quickly without fact-checking information. That is so embarrassing. Like, that could never be me. Like, I would be so embarrassed to post something and it be inaccurate and, like, people call me out. No. Again, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with people. There's nothing wrong with having differences of opinion. But at the end of the day, make sure the opinion that you are defending is in fact your opinion. Long story short, don't plagiarize. At least think about it and put it in your own words. All right? That's all. I think that's all I was trying to get at. I got a little passionate there. Sorry. Ooh. The next thing is that there are some good people in this world. I, for one, think I'm a decent human being. I don't think I'm, like, the best. Like, I'm not out here saying, like, 3 3.5 stars maybe on Yelp be my review. Sometimes someone is just genuinely trying to help you. Do not shoot down your blessings because you have been done wrong in the past. When you feel like the world is against you, when you're dealing with anxiety, depression, you shut yourself down and you make yourself feel small. And in those kind of situations, you start to seclude yourself. You start to not reach out to your support system. You start to, you had a bad day at work and now you have a bad day with your partner. I do it. We all do it. Don't be naive. Obviously, I see people getting scammed left and right recently with jobs. We're going to talk about that in another episode, I promise. But next thing is, don't be so hard on yourself. Everything happens for a reason. And this is such a cliche. And honestly, when you're having a bad day, it's probably the last thing you want to hear. At the end of the day, do what works for you. And again, that goes for thinking for yourself. Do what works for you. Do what work-life balance, life-work balance, quiet quitting technique, bare minimum works for you. I am the CEO of being so hard on myself. I think that I am not good enough for anything I want to do. I get so worked up. I get worried, am I making the right choices? We all do it. We're humans. This one is something that I needed to hear. So it's funny because when I make these videos, sometimes it causes me to kind of have to reflect and dig a little deeper. Instead of being focused on what you don't have, be grateful for what you do. And this is a perspective shift that will just change your mentality. When I originally wrote this down, I didn't even think about social media influence. Like, in today's day and age, your favorite influencer can make you feel like if you're not living in a 5-star luxury apartment with all these new furniture and all these new clothes and a brand new everything, that you're not living. I believe in chasing the money. I believe in having big goals, but I also believe that we need to recognize our achievements along the way. I didn't even give myself the credit for getting a master's degree because I was like, it's no big deal. Maybe that's being a Black woman. Maybe that's being a woman. Maybe that's just being a person. Maybe that's just the generation I live in. Appreciate what you have. Appreciate what you've accomplished. And make a list. Sometimes I have to write down my accomplishments because sometimes you forget. Sometimes you get so caught up in the moment or in the future that you don't see what's currently happening, or you're not appreciative of what you have because you're always chasing that next thing. That's something I've been working on, is just slowing down and appreciating what I have. My boyfriend tells me all the time, like, slow the down, girl, like, you're doing too much. And he's not wrong. Always remember that the world you have today may not be the same tomorrow. That cannot be so freaking true. The world we have today, the people in our lives today, everything can change in an instant. And I almost want to tear up. Not like anything like bad has happened to me, but just COVID in a whole was so traumatic on me and my job and my career that, like, what you have today could be gone tomorrow. And it just reminds me that, like, even if I'm having the shittiest day possible, I'm still having the shittiest day possible in one of the greatest countries in the world. Yes, I might not have money to go to Chick-fil-A for dinner, but I have money to sit in my $2,000 a month apartment and have food in my freezer and in my fridge to eat and cook with the lights on, with the water running. I feel like I've been pushing myself to the limit. Corbin Blue, push it, push it. Okay. And I just needed a break. I quit my job a couple weeks ago. I just needed a break. Like, I was just running on empty. And I was just like, okay, this is not gonna work. Like, this is not the long-term plan. And here we are, interviewing for another great job. The next one, I am running out of time. I have 12 minutes to finish filming, pack the rest of my stuff, and be outside waiting for my sister because she does not play with being late. Relationships are meant to make you and not break you. That is something very valuable. Your relationship should not be a stressing point. It should not be causing you anxiety. It should not be you're worrying every second of the day. With your friends and your romantic partners, you should enjoy your time together. Whatever that looks like to you, you should enjoy your time together. If you guys like to party and go to the club and be drinking and that's what you like to do, enjoy it and do it. If that's not what you like to do, don't surround yourself with people who do that. That was something I had to realize in college. I do not like drinking alcohol. With that being said, it shouldn't be perfect. Like, relationships are not perfect. People make mistakes. It's just kind of how you deal with those things as they come up. If you ever feel like someone's not gonna love you anymore because you do something, you probably should reevaluate that relationship. Something I've always said, and I probably will get this tattooed on me at some point just because I probably won't do that, but it just means a lot to me that I would if I did. If they're not helping you grow, they have to go. So if someone is causing you stress, if they're not lifting you up and illuminating your life and making things better for you, what is the benefit of keeping them around? Like, I know it's easier said than done. And again, you have to be privileged. A lot of these things I'm saying, you have to be privileged to do. You have to be privileged to leave your job. You have to be privileged to leave your partner if you're married or if they're for your financial stability. A lot of these things I'm saying are maybe not practical for you. And if that's the case, I'm really sorry. You got to get rid of the people in your life who are not bringing you anything except for negative energy. The older you get, it's okay if your circle gets smaller. It's okay if you don't have as many friends as you did in high school. It's okay if you only got 3 people. Like, just be grateful for what you have and appreciate it. Find your people. I promise they're out there and they're probably wondering the exact same thing as you. So be patient. I'm not patient, but I'm telling you guys be patient because it's probably in your best interest. And last but not least, something I want to say, and I think it's especially important all the time, but especially in today's social climate, be kind to everyone unconditionally all the time. Just be kind. Even if you hate them, even if they're annoying, even if you don't like them, just be kind. Like, it costs nothing. I was not always a nice person growing up, and people remember that. People will say things to me or remind me of things that I did, and I'm like, first of all, I'm like, why do you remember what I did in 2012? But as my dad has always told me growing up, people may not remember what you say, but they'll remember how you made them feel. And you always want to be positive. You never know what people are going through. You never know what's going on in someone's world. So don't cause them more stress. Just be the light in life. So yeah, I don't remember what my outro is. Okay, well, that seems to be everything I have to say for today. Advice from my 19-year-old self. I religiously use my iPhone notes, and as my iCloud storage seems to always be full, I've been going back through my notes and clearing them out one by one, and I've been really inspired by the things that I found from like 2016, 2017 that I've written, and I want to share them with you guys. So every now and then we'll have a random video like this, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.